Hey y'all, it's your boy Nico. I just want to put a disclaimer out there real quick that I haven't been mentally and physically doing well. Reasons why you guys haven't seen me make a third quarter tarot card reading is because my abilities have been stunted or disconnected from the great source, and I felt a shift in humanity right before that had happened. Sometime I want to say back in June or July is when that occurred, when I made a connection with a recent somebody that I had to block. But that isn't the reason why I'm coming here to make this video with you guys, but to instill a fourth quarter reading. And since blocking this person, I've recently come back in a connection with my innate abilities and my empathic gifts, my clairvoyant gifts, and gifts all around from the great divine. And this individual in my life led me on for months thinking that, whether she was casting spells on me or whatever the case might be, she led me on and used my abilities against me. Essentially, vampiric energy drainage to the max, and made me think that I was head over heels for her, in love with her, whatever the case might be. But since blocking her, I also have to disclaimer that I haven't been sleeping a lot, and ever since blocking her, things have been progressively getting better. Learning the difference between who's actually there for me and who's not. And if you guys were here during my previous readings, if you guys ever enclosed about, watching my previous videos, and about making those new connections and deciphering whether or not if those connections are meant for you or if they're just another life lesson. Um, this fourth quarter reading, I have to tap into the spirit real quick, so I'm going to sit in here in silence for a second. I have my energy universal tarot. I have my energy oracles here with you. What's the dark side of those oracles? What's the shadow side that you may not be seeing? And then I have Cupid here with the Cupid oracles as well. So just take a second and sit here in silence. I'm piecing together the messages right now. The crow outside my window caws twice. Spirit, give me a third crow. Disclaimer for anyone who has physically faced domestic violence, please know that this message is for you. There's a scared woman. She's crying in a corner. She's yelling no. The third crow caws. She's being thrown across the room. She's asking, what did I ever do to deserve this? The crow caws. She's afraid. The crow caws. She's slipping on her toes. She's trying to get up from her knees while she's holding onto the left side of the door frame. The crow caws. That's 6 saws. She gets up. She runs to the living room. She jumps over the sofa. The there's a son or a daughter that's yelling, "Daddy, please no." She tells the son or daughter to run out the back. She gets away safely. That's good. Okay, Spirit, why did you show me that vision? Why did you share that moment with me? Universal Tarot. Clarifiers. This seems like more of a personal reading than a fourth quarter reading. But all while that I feel like there's a lot of fear mongering, a lot of death, a lot of misfortune, a lot of anger, a lot of confusion. Why is this, Spirit? Why do you show me such visions? Using this one as a prime example, Spirit. Why did the crow caw 6 times? Sorry, guys. Reset this. Here. Sorry about that. So you guys can be able to see the spread here in front of me. You got the 4 of Cups in reverse. You've got withdrawn. You've got apathy. There's no sign of empathy. Self-absorption. Caught up from past hurts. And you're ready for something. You're ready for something. 4 of Cups in reverse. 3 of Pentacles. You feel like you're playing a vital role in this discontent, this but why would you be facing such agony? What vital role are we playing, Spirit, in these hard times? Spirit's telling me to like mess up the cards. No results. The Empress in reverse. Weak maternal instincts. Conflict. Disconnected from nature. Disconnected from yourself. The Empress in reverse. So we got Empress in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse. Three Pentacles. You're being recognized. People are seeing this happening. These things that are happening. But throughout your agony and suffering and pain, there's a purpose for it. And why you? Page of Wands. Throughout the brokenness and the news that is breaking for others to see, using you as a catalyst to bring inspiration among others throughout your suffering, guiding people in new directions. And this is all about me waking up this morning and regaining my power back as well. So through Spirit, you're telling us throughout our suffering that it can inspire new creation, just like Jesus did on the cross. Why does anyone have to suffer or go through such extreme levels of agony? Spirit, this is the question that the collective asks all the time. Why do these negative things have to occur in order for others to be able to see? I'm hearing shock and awe, shock and awe. Knight of Wands. You're feeling defensive. You're wearied from battles. But Spirit's reminding us not to give up. For the blockages, for the underreactions, overreactions. Not just for the current circumstance or situation that you're going through, but like this watchful eye, the children see, the children see. Nine of Wands. What is this? Does this have to do with generational something? Generational things being passed down. King of Pentacles. Flipping that paradigm. Flipping that paradigm. Give me three more cards, Spirit. What's to come for us in 2026? I'm hearing the words rejoice, the hermit, introspection, takes time for solitude, be unorthodox in your traditional ways. I'm hearing patriarchy, patriarchy, patriarchy. Selfless integration through the pain and trauma and suffering. Contemplate, take time. The moon. So if we don't get the moon in this reading, This is the Hermit. The Hermit has a lot to do with healing and introspection. Judgment in reverse. Lack of remorse. Avoidant. Bearing your guilt down deep inside for what happened to you. And you're projecting that onto others. Judgment in reverse. So I see a lot of feminine energy. There's a little bit of masculine in there too. There's a couple. Scorpio, Cancer. A lot of Scorpio and Cancer. Spirit King, give me another card. You don't have to be. Three of Cups in reverse. This is no time for celebration. Someone's constantly trying to fit in, continuously feeling disconnected and lost. You don't have any contact with anyone. You're feeling alone. You're feeling beside yourself. You're kind of like making up these different personas inside yourself, so then you can have a better grasp on who you are. You're not schizophrenic, but it's schizophrenic tendencies and symptoms due to the extreme levels of trauma that you've previously been faced with. So you're feeling a strong cause for growth. But there's more Cancer. This really feels like more of like a personal reading than a collective reading. But a lot of Scorpio, a lot of Cancer. A lot of Cancer. All right, pull 3 oracles. Here's domestic violence. What's to come for this person in 2026? The World. Number 29. You're going to inherit the world next year. Or you're looking at the world from an outer perspective point of view. 29 reduces to either 7 or 11. All tied up. 23. Your world's feeling all tied up. 23 reduces to 1 or 5. Be the one to make the change. And Patience came in reverse. So you don't have time. You don't have time or patience in order to look for exterior motivation. Dark Tarot. Dark Shadows. Threads of Fate. Show me what we're not seeing. Trying to piece all this together. A lot of Cancer, a lot of Scorpio, a lot of Moon energy. Triangle in reverse. There's a lot of water. Surrender. Surrender. Surrender to what? What are we surrendering to? Surrendering to the world, surrendering to the suffering you've previously gone through or currently going through. This feels like past energy. This doesn't feel like any type of future energy. Lack of patience, surrender, the world all tied up. Your world is all tied up. No one understands you, no judgment. Feeling secluded, feeling separate, feeling unrecognized, unworthy, disconnected. A lot of apathy surrounding you. Higher perspective came in reverse. Wow. Also feeling disconnected from higher source. That's an oxymoron because I'm connecting with source right now, all while you yourself is feeling disconnected altogether. Not to giggle or laugh like that's a funny thing, but it's like how things are unraveling. Manifest. Manifestation. What are we manifesting? Bottom of the deck, energy, ascension, and reverse. What do you see there? What do you see? This might seem weird, but this looks like a hand that's like grabbing onto a phallus. Have you previously been in the industry? Have you previously been in the entertainment scene? Are you someone that was forced into? Okay, Seven of Cups dropped out, kind of sideways, not forward, not in reverse. It came in sideways. Seven of Cups came in sideways. More Scorpio energy, more feminine Scorpio. Scorpio or Virgo. Personal challenges. You have multiple options, but you're going against your best, what you know best. So this came in reverse. So put that there in reverse, not reverse, in sideways. That is the very first tarot card in the history of me ever doing tarot that came in sideways like that. Clarifier for Seven of Cups. Two of Wands in reverse. This is the page holding onto the world, but this is also a card of letting go. Letting go of options that no longer serve you. And if you're asking yourself, should you stay with this person, Spirit saying no. Clarifier. Nine of Swords. Sleepless nights. Blaming yourself. Insomnia. Being haunted of your traumatic past. Clarifier. Eight of Wands. Do something or lose it all. Do something now or lose it all. Communicate your very intentions with somebody who can help you, even though you refuse to reach out for help because of ego, because of you're so used to being independent and on your own and doing things for yourself. You never had to rely on anyone else. You never had to rely on love. You've built everything on your own. Clarifier. What should you do? Ace of Wands. About new beginnings. More Scorpio. More Cancer. Be the one to make that change. Clarifier. 10 of Wands. You're carrying all this burden, all this weight. Your immune system is on overload. That's probably why you're sick all the time. It's probably why you're not feeling well all the time, despite all the trauma and all the pain and all the suffering that you're enduring. Cupid, what do you have to say for all this? What kind of insights can you give despite all this suffering and trauma and pain and people constantly misunderstanding this Cancer or Scorpio? It doesn't necessarily have to just be Cancer or Scorpio, but it could be in the realms or elements of Cancer and Scorpio. Virgo. Time is for reflection. Give each other some space. Trust and have faith that all things will work out for the best. Well, trust and faith that everything will work out for the best for yourself. If you look at yourself in the mirror and reflection. A message for you. Your person that you most likely haven't met yet is thinking of you or going through the similar or same circumstance as you in this very moment. But it's the very hidden love that fills your guys' void in with light. And they're telling you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Whoever you are. So get back to, you've been struck by Cupid's arrow, and it's reminding you that romance isn't dead just because you previously been through such a traumatic situation. Romance are still in the cards for you, despite all your hurt and pain. Let me look at the cards one last time before I end this. There's a lot of sacral energy here. There's a lot of root energy. A lot of reds, a lot of orange. There's been an impact on your womb because of all this too. Like your womb had either been damaged or you're afraid that you may not be able to have any more children. But Spirit and the universe is reminding you that you tied your tubes? Are you planning on tying your tubes? Because you don't want to have any more children? You feel like you don't want to bring children into a world like this. It's like the feeling of not wanting. But the universe is reminding you that just because and despite you've been through such extreme levels of trauma and pain and guilt and weighing a heavy burden on your soul. And if you're a man watching this, men have wombs too. It's called an energetic womb, not a physical womb. And you've been feeling tied up energetically. You also feel like no one understands you. But Cupid is reminding us all that despite all these hardships and all these let me downs, It's not giving us like any type of like fallacies, not no like despite everything that's happened, have trust and faith that all things will work out for the best. But there's no call for action. It's just like a lot of sitting and a lot of waiting. Need more clarifiers on that. What are we manifesting? What do we manifest by waiting and sitting? Like there's a lot of fire, you know what I mean? There's a lot of fire and water, very, very a lot of like mutable energies here. Four swords. More reflection and more recovery. You're preparing for something mentally. Interesting. Interesting. Will this mental preparation and fortitude bring in new manifestations? Maybe. Maybe. Clarifier. Six of Cups in reverse. You're clinging on to the past. Revisiting the past is normal. Even though you're longing to have more children, I'm not sure what the procedure is when it comes to tying tubes or untying tubes, but Spirit's reminding us that you can reverse that process and you'll still be able to have children one day. Despite, what you may be personally feeling. I feel like this should go on top of all tied up. Divine Feminine. You saw that before our message for you. Your love fills me with light, despite all the hardships and all the wrongdoings that you've been through and that you've been faced with. That love is still in the cards for you, despite all that trauma and all that misery. Your sense of worthiness about yourself and your physicality are two totally different things, scientifically, mentally, and emotionally. Your emotions affect your physicality, and your physicality affects your production cycle, or your ability to produce. Even if you're physically, even if you have a physical boundary that ties you off from that capability. Throughout I just pulled halfway through. Explore new possibilities, explore the world, explore new horizons, and these things will open up to you. So it's like a very like I bring it up again, but Jesus on the cross, like he just totally gave up all his emotions, gave up everything, gave up his energy, gave up his physical body, gave up everything in surrender. Is a very sacrificial energy that is going on here. Like, not giving up your power, but taking your power back in such a way that can like shift the perspective for the generations to come. It's just such a yearning and awe, surrender that will eventually manifest for new creation. And a higher perspective is quite literally referring it to itself and saying, you don't need me in order to manifest that surrender. You don't need me to surrender to manifest what the power and energy that already exists inside of you. So it's kind of like sources reminding us that just because you don't feel me doesn't mean that I'm no longer there. So there you have it. So 2026, what do we have in store? 3 clarifiers for 2026 alone. Let's go on a little insight for the first quarter of 2026. End of like the fourth quarter of 2025. 5 of Cups. First quarter of 2026, you're still going to be in a mourning modality. You're still going to have some doom and gloom. You're still going to have self-pity about what you went through in 2025 or in your past. But cherish it. Dang, more Virgo. 2 of Cups in reverse. There's a lot of distrust still, a lot of misunderstanding, compatibility issues. Codependency is normal within past traumatic situations. 1 more card, Spirit. But Spirit is also reminding us more Cancer energy. Because of this traumatic moment, you become more diverse in your ways, and you recognize and you're gaining approval from others through your progress, even though you don't feel like you're progressing. There's a lot of yellow energy here too. Whatever chakra is connected to yellow. And will they find a new person? 3 of Swords. Despite all the heartbreak and disappointment and strife and turmoil, you're just surrendering. It's more surrender energy. You're just releasing everything that is emotional. And it's like you care so much. And you understand that utter level of sacrifice that you have been through, that you've gone through or currently going through. And it's like first quarter of 2026, January through March, it's like it's going to take a little time. 1 more card. 7 of Swords in reverse. Letting down the burdens, letting down the shame. More yellow chakra energy. What are you deceiving yourself about? It says yes, you will. You will find your person. I'm trying to see. You're trying to realize even through your deception, whether it was coming from you or your person. Bottom of the deck energy. 4 of Wands. Solid foundation. Solid foundation. New creation, new relationship. And if you're not a Cancer or Scorpio or Virgo, then maybe your person is. Ten of Swords in reverse. Because of your deep wounds, it's going to take you time. It's going to take time. Don't give up on romance despite all your hardships. And there will be a cheering up moment again for you. Through all this reflection, through all this self-sacrifice, through all this surrender. So there you have it, guys. This has been a reading with your boy Nico. I'm not going to be posting as much anymore because I need to take time for myself, and I need to take my power back. And all while that many have taken advantage of my abilities to be able to connect with Source and the great divine, Spirit has been calling out to me in order to connect, go outside more, connect with nature. And despite what's going on in the world, I'm one soul and one entity in one body, and the one extension of Soul Source, and I can't do it on my own. And whether if I personally choose or not to partake in whatever's happening in the world, I'm gonna take up on the Source's suggestion and just surrender all overall. And seeing parts of myself within this reading as well, even though I am not anatomically a female, throughout my male womb is damaged and compromised and tied up. Like these are pieces of the reading that I'm personally taking away from it. And there are huge levels of anxiety through the Nine of Swords, and despite all the sleepless nights, like I need to level up my head. I need to clear my head. I need to disconnect. I need to be on my own for a while. I don't need exterior approval from anyone. Even though you guys, whoever's finding this video right now, is seeking exterior approval from not me, but through the divine working through me right now. And I heard inherit the world. You will inherit the world, despite everything that's happened. There's going to be a couple people in your life that are there for you still. A couple. Very few. You're going to feel like you're extremely lonely, but Source is reminding us that don't look towards other people's judgments, because they themselves do not know of the judgment that lies upon them as well. This is not a time for celebration. This is not a time for making new relationships. This is a time to give back onto yourself and understand the type of romance that you'll be able to provide one day with your person. And are you returning to the same person? Please no, please no. First chakra, Archangel Michael. Final card, Michael's here once again. Hi, Michael. Michael's always been my personal guardian angel. 35 reduces to 8 or to 2. Duality of man. Michael reminds us to keep strong, keep the faith. I got Michael right here on my arm. So, thank you, spirits. Thank you, guides. Thank you, guardians. Despite what this world may tell you, know your worth. And continue to look towards me for guidance alone and no other. Amen. Okay. All right. Love and light, guys. This has been the 4th quarter reading for 2025. If this message personally resonates with you, make sure you drop a like or a follow or comment below this video for more insights or any gaps in the readings, which I'm very well sure there might be. If you are looking for any further clarifiers, please reach over to me on Instagram. I am Healer Nico. And please don't be hard on yourself, despite everything that's been happening. Despite everything that's happening around you. And despite what's been happening with inside yourself. Surrender. Take care. Love and light. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Take care.